Morning, gorgeous lights. Welcome to the new day. Spirit just asked me to actually put a post up just today, just reminding people about how to change into a bit higher vibrational frequency as well. Now, there's a lot of people really feeling very, very tired out there, feeling really lethargic and very frustrated with what's actually going on the planet at the moment. And they completely understand this as well. Now, they're asking me to talk to you about a meditation that is a high frequency meditation that can also pull you into an energy which can help you to actually find solutions or be able to access more universal solutions for things that you're actually trying to do right at the moment as well. So I'm basically just going to talk you through it as well. So they'd ask you just to actually just close your eyes and in your mind's eye, envisage a beautiful golden elevator, beautiful caged elevator in your mind's eye, red carpet going into it, and a beautifully, enclosed elevator, absolutely lovely golden. Step into the elevator and look to the side panel, and on the side panel, instead of saying numbers, they would actually like you to see that says Ascension 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so they're asking you to push number 10 on the Ascension button and just actually allow the elevator doors to close, to feel nicely contained within the elevator. There's no claustrophobia. There's just a sense of well-being. And just actually watch as, once the doors are closed, that you just gently go up through those numbers, slowly, as slowly as you like or as fast as you like, up until you're at level 10 as well. Now, when it stops at level 10, they'd like you to just close your eyes internally within that, just for a moment, and say, bring me the peace and serenity that I need for the decisions that I'm making going forward. And thank you for elevating me to this space. Allow the elevator doors to open and just step out into a beautiful clear meadow, beautiful warm wind, beautiful blue skies, and just that wonderful feeling of space, that wonderful feeling of one of those clear blue days that are just so amazing, absolutely warm and absolutely encompassed in that feeling of space and freedom. And I'd like you to walk forward just a little bit into this meadow until you're standing in the middle of the meadow, and again close your eyes and just smell the smell of warm grass, the beautiful sunlight air, all of those things, and just actually just sit in that space and that peace of that space until you actually can feel it permeate your whole being as well. And then as you're doing that, actually say to yourself, I have the solutions that I actually need. I can find the pathway that I actually need, and I can understand above the clutter of my mind what my soul really wants me to actually do as well. So just once you've done that, just open your eyes wherever you are, just retaining inside the feeling of being in that meadow and the feeling of actually having that wisdom that's available to you as well. Now, the one thing that they also want you to remember as well is that the universe responds always to asking. We are in the 3C energies at the moment, which is changes, challenges, and choices. So any area of your life that has not been serving you will be under examination by the planet or by the universe right at the moment as well. So if you're in a relationship that isn't serving you but you've just been hanging in there, then the universe will be working with that. If you've got family connections that don't serve you anymore because they bring multi-level learning that doesn't empower you anymore, you'll not have any patience and tolerance for it as well. If you're working a job in this climate, but it's bringing in issues that don't actually serve you or don't agree with you anymore, the universe will be going to work to actually bring you something else that suits you a little bit more as well. And I have to push here as well that there is an understanding that the choices that we have going forward can change really, really rapidly. You need to be asking the universe to come on board and actually help you with clarity around what you actually need for the next stage of your journey as well. The need to check in with yourself at a soul level and see what's actually resonating with you in a better way is actually the best step that you can actually take as well. We're in a 3-year expansion phase. We've got 8 more months of uncertainty, Spirit says, in terms of where we're going in thresholds and how we're actually looking at approaching the different issues that are going on the earth plane at the moment. So the key is actually looking after yourself, giving yourself times out, giving yourself space, and giving yourself time away from stresses and worrying about things that you can't change right at the moment as well. And it isn't about kind of ignoring things, but it is about going, you know what, if I have to deal with that in 2 months' time, then I'll deal with that in 2 months' time. If I have to sort that out right now, I'll sort it out right now. Do things on that kind of daily, weekly basis, because the rapid fire changes that are coming up on the earth plane, particularly in the next 6 months, are actually going to require you to be putting a lot of focus into your own personal life and what you actually need to do for you, what you can do for your children, all of those sort of things as well. And it is a little bit of standing on your principles and holding yourself to what you believe in your heart as being the right thing to do. And I think it is also leaving other people to do whatever they want to do as well. This is your individual soul journey. I'm getting a lot of people saying there's a lot of divide, which Spirit calls a great divide, in terms of what people think is the right thing to do, what these people think is the right thing to do. Each person will hold to their own understanding of what they need to do for themselves, and we need to actually honour that. And that's something, unfortunately, that we have a lot of people being very, very vocal in both directions, which is absolutely fine, about what they actually think should be doing. Each individual person is going to come down to deciding what they need to do for themselves as well, or for their children, or whatever. And it's really, really important to step back sometimes and say, I deeply honour whatever choices you make as well. There is a tremendous amount of fear on the planet at the moment, which Spirit has been talking an awful lot about, and elevating up to see clearly beyond a fear, because fears are normally false evidence appearing real. So we have a lot of fears, and we have fears about dying, we have fears about losing people. All of those sorts of things are valid fears, but if we let our fears consume us, we don't live. And living is what we came down here to do, not just exist, and not exist under fear as well. So be really, really careful to check in with yourself and actually say, am I allowing fears to consume me, or am I living with gratitude and I'm actually living? So that is a choice. People say, I don't have very many choices around that. You do. You have a choice about how you turn up in your energy every single moment of every single day as well. That's a choice. It's your choice to decide how you actually want to do that. But I tell you what, I've noticed something really interesting. I have a mask on that has a big smile on it. Everywhere I wear it, people laugh. And I'll tell you what, it's nice to see people laughing and actually enjoying the fact that it looks like someone has a smile on their face for a change instead of a mask. I suggest we start interacting with people in a more compassionate and more loving way, regardless, rather than buying into the fear of a potential of a situation that actually hasn't even evolved yet. So please take your time. Please give yourself time. Decide where you want to elevate to, what you actually want to look at. Decide what you love about your day. I don't wake up at all in any single day without Spirit reminding me that the air's for breathing, that people are for interacting with, that trees are here to help us breathe, and that we have an amazing life regardless. It's really, really important to decide what you choose to focus on, and I'll leave you to think about that. Have a really, really fantastic day. Look after you. You're so important on the planet at this time. You came to supply your energy to the planet in these massive transitional times as well. Make sure to understand how important you are. Make sure to be kind to you, and above all, look after your well-being. Physically, mentally, and emotionally. You need to be looking after you. And watch what you watch what you absorb into your system, watch what you take food-wise. All of these things have an impact on you, and you're so important. Make sure to take the time to actually look after you. There's always going to be changes, challenges, and choices. This energy's with us for about 18 months now. At the end of the day, you have to live what you choose with. make sure that you're okay with it. It's irrelevant what anybody else thinks, and not you. You have to decide what you need to do for you, and hold yourself to that as well, because that's your integrity, that's your light, and that is who you are. Take care of you. Shine on, gorgeous lights.